They told you they loved you, and maybe for a moment, you believed them. But love shouldn't end like a door slammed shut in the dark. Love shouldn't vanish without a sound, without a word, without a grave to mourn over. Yet here you are, staring at silence, wondering how someone who once called you home could now pretend you never existed. Why do people who say they love you cut you off completely? Why do they walk away as if love was just a dream they woke up from? You think you did something wrong. You trace every conversation, every glance, every laugh, looking, searching for the crack. But the crack was never yours. It was theirs. Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." Love transforms, but so does fear, so does shame, so does the unbearable confrontation of seeing yourself reflected in another's eyes. They didn't leave because you were too much. They left because you were a mirror, and the reflection burned. You saw the wounds they hid beneath their smiles. You saw the child still crying behind their adult mask. You loved them, despite it all. But some people cannot bear to be loved where they are broken, and so they run, not from you, but from the parts of themselves that your love made impossible to ignore. They run because staying would mean facing the ghosts they buried, and some ghosts are better left unspoken. You wonder if they ever think of you, if their silence weighs heavy in the middle of the night, if they scroll past your photos, pretending they don't miss you. But here's the darker truth. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes cutting you off wasn't punishment. It was self-preservation. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the unconscious, hidden part of the psyche that we deny, repress, and ignore. And love, true love, has a way of shining light into that shadow. But not everyone wants to see what lurks there. Some would rather blind themselves than admit the truth. Some would rather destroy the relationship than let it reveal them. They say they loved you, but maybe what they loved was how you made them feel, how you soothed the chaos inside them, how you made the darkness seem a little less heavy. But the moment you asked for reciprocity, the moment you stopped bleeding to keep them warm, the illusion shattered. And illusions are fragile things. Cutting you off wasn't about you. It was about protecting the story they told themselves. A story where they were the hero. A story where they never had to face their flaws. You loved them too deeply, and deep love is threatening to shallow souls. You weren't abandoned because you were unworthy. You were abandoned because you were too real. And some people are not ready for real. They want the fantasy, the version of love that doesn't demand growth, the version that doesn't hold a mirror to their wounds. Carl Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. They cut you off, and because loving you was waking them up. And waking up hurts. They chose sleep. They chose silence. They chose the numbness of distance over the discomfort of transformation. And now, you are left with the ache of questions that will never be answered. But here's what they didn't tell you. The ones who cut you off are still chained to you in ways they can't admit. They will see your face in strangers. They will hear your laughter in echoes. They will dream of you on nights when they forget to lock the door to their subconscious. You will haunt them, not because you wish to, but because love, real love, leaves an imprint on the soul. You cannot be erased, no matter how far they run. They will carry you in the quiet moments, in the gaps between conversations, in the smell of something familiar that pulls them back to memories they thought they buried. They will remember, and they will wonder if they made a mistake. But their pride, their shadow, their fear will never let them return. So don't wait for the apology. Don't wait for closure. You loved bravely. You gave without keeping score. You saw their soul, and you stayed. But they couldn't meet you there. They weren't ready. Some people say, "I love you," when they mean, "I love what you do for me." Some people say, "forever," when they only mean for now. Some people say, "I'll never leave," because they're terrified they already have. Words are easy, but love is proven in the staying.